Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a new format of our webinars. My name is Anthony Norman. I'm the CEO of Dragon Global Finance. This is a specialized webinar to address some of the delivery issues we had, timings, and so on. I hope that this will bring you some more clarification. We've chosen to do a separate webinar only to talk about these points, not to lose momentum in our ordinary product webinars. So I hope this is something that you will enjoy and clarify. So before I go into the specific issues, I want to explain to you guys how we are structured, because that helps you understand how we work. So Dragon Global Finance is a UK limited company that has three divisions basically. The first division is Dragon Global Solutions, which is our regulated, FCA regulated entity. That is what you would refer to as the banking operations arm, where we provide ordinary account and transaction services. And we also have an operational vehicle under that in Sweden called Dragon Global Operations. The second leg is what operates World Equity Expo. And this is something that uses an Estonian license for e-wallets and for cryptocurrency exchange. This is under a company called Dragon Blockchain Infrastructure Group in Sweden, and we also own a company called Nova Market OU. This is where it's regulated. When you issue tokens on behalf of others, which is what we do, then you need a trustee service, which we also have incorporated in Sweden. And the last part is also the World Equity Expo UK Limited company itself, which not only uses Nova Market for the exchange, but we also have a Swedish credit union sitting underneath, which is a very special legal construction that is great for member-oriented user bases. Liquid is actually practically operated by Dragon Blockchain in Sweden. So the names of the companies don't really match the brands. We are actually in the process right now of updating both our board members and also harmonizing the names in the group. And because you have so many moving parts now, you can understand why it takes a bit of time, because the banking operation is owned to a majority by us, but we have minority partners we need to talk to also. So because of this, all parts do not always match at any time, and we have a full-time employed lawyer working with us, our legal department, who is obviously working on structuring this. So just for your understanding. This is actually a better way of seeing how we operate from a transactional point with our user base. You see our retail clients, that is most of you guys. DGS issues the cards and wallets. Blockchain is the liquidity mining product, and World Equity Expo creates the asset trading arm. On the back end, these are now providing services to companies that are our clients, which is where we generate the profit for you guys. You could actually see Pernum as a corporate client on our side. Now, to be very precise, our regulatory framework is the following. So deposit in and out from the wallets are covered by our UK FCA license. Then, when we do transactions relating to tokens, we are covered by two licenses. One is an Estonian license that means that we have the right to provide and exchange virtual currencies with fiat currencies. Fiat is the common term for traditional currency. Second wallet, the second license is also an Estonian wallet license, which means we can provide a virtual currency wallet service. Now, when we do member-to-member services and we allow you guys to buy equity, then this is actually done by the Swedish Credit Union, which is a very unique legal directive in the EU, covered in Sweden. That means that you can operate as call it a member's bank to oversimplify it. Now, transactions in fiat in and out from the system, and also going forward now, as I will be addressing into the World Equity Expo, is covered by two stable coins. One is EQ Euro and one is EQ USD. This is why they are covered by the licenses in Nova Market. So I hope this clarifies a little bit for you guys. And obviously you can see that we have to navigate some regulatory issues here and tax issues to ensure a high degree of quality when delivering to you. On that note, and the reason we have this webinar is that we have had delays. We are addressing them, and I wanted to address them specifically. As we started this project in January, we actually expected this to be a limited amount of people, which is our fault because the Paradigm people were very good at explaining to us the volumes, but sometimes you don't get the full picture. It was a work in progress. And because of that, we didn't actually do a full integration on day one, which I obviously regret today. That meant that many of the issues had to be dealt with by hand. Now, in addition to that, we had an issue where when you issue a card, so that the IBANs are linked to the cards. When you order an IBAN, we actually do call it half an order for a card. You go through half the process. They're linked to each other. And when we issue cards, they also have to be approved and sent out by MasterCard, in this case, centrally. So not only our providers or our corresponding bank, Prepaid Financial Services, but actually by the card itself. And this takes time. So as we were doing changes, obviously we had delivery issues as well, because they can take up to 90 days to approve things. And the combination of all this has created the delay that we are now experiencing. So that is one issue. Second issue is that we have had token delivery issues, which I believe are over now, but still. And also in calculating and delivering the results from the liquid asset management. Now, in order to address them all, you need to understand that we are working with an integrated solution into Paradigm, and many of the things are regulated on the YEM chain. Now, as I said many times, the YEM chain is a great technology, and we are looking to expand this and grow even closer into that. But at the same time, as it is very secure, it's very hard for us to program against that. And we actually took an approach not to do any coding to the YEM chain, but actually work with a file-based system, which is something we had to go back on. We had to go back and rebuild and really integrate properly. And this is what we have been doing. As you guys know, with tech, you cannot always see. You can't always stick to deadlines, unfortunately, as much as you want to. And we have had delays there, but we are almost through this. And when that is in place, that is the foundation to address all the other issues. Because of that, it is almost like it's quiet, and then boom, everything happens at once. And we are now already on new transactions since a week or two back, executing them much, much faster. What is taking time is to deal with legacy issues, old stuff. And we have hired 3 new people to stay on this. We are looking in forums, we're supporting in Zendesk and so on. And this means that, first of all, IBANs and cards have started to go out. The tokens that have gone out, we have actually delivered everything except a very, very small amount of people who we are dealing with right now, and also we are dealing with the extra allocations that have been promised, the free ones, the gold, for instance. And the reason for this is that we are waiting to finish the YEM chain integration. So you will see in the next even few days in the week that a lot of things are falling into place now. And once it has, then we have a very solid environment to work in. On the trading side, it's relating to the same thing. World Equity Expo has been ready for outside capital and transfers for a while, but because we're waiting to finish this integration, we have also had to delay the ability to send assets out there. However, today at 6 p.m. Korean time, I've been told by our tech suppliers in Korea, and I hope they will be on time, the euro and US dollar trading will be implemented, which means that it will be much, much simpler to trade. And that in turn means that we can bring in outside capital, which we have also been waiting for. So this has been affecting the whole operation. We have also employed since a couple of days ago a new editor who will be editing all the news and information about the assets to make sure the information flows to you. And again, as I mentioned before, this is going to be worked with in local languages as well, French and German to start with. So we will really deeply improve the information so you have an understanding of your assets. But again, as always, these things take time to implement. And as anxious as you are to get it started immediately, it does take longer than you would wish. Finally, liquid asset management. We have, again, same thing. So you can see we have a core issue we're addressing is that because when we started out, had a missing understanding of the YAM chain, we underestimated some of the complexities in actually, trading and using the assets. And also because of the delays, we haven't been able to use the assets as we wanted to. But now, as we're doing the technical handover, we have changed the business rules and calculations, so it will start working. The calculations and the business rules were only finished last week. This week we start implementing them. And this is because, and this is why it has been delayed on the 20th. However, the good thing is that during today we will finish the numbers for May and we will be up to speed. The numbers I expect to increase as we have the full integration, because then we can actually start using the liquid asset management pool properly. And it actually ties into the power campaign. Now, in order for people to feel that they have any option and they are not locked in, we will actually give people two options, and that is moving their liquid asset management out if they want to, or go into Empower. So you have three options by doing that, which means it is a very, very simple open model. And we are looking to clarify this. I cannot say if we can do this tomorrow on the Liquid webinar, but in the next few days. But now again, you understand that we needed to lay the foundation for this in order to be able to address the problem. Otherwise, we are just treating a symptom, but not the cause. Now we are actually fixing the cause. And I feel very optimistic about this. As we see the Empower campaign and also the Empower product is picking up speed, this is something that is extremely stable. And as I always said, we're building a billion-dollar industry factory, and it does take a little bit of time, and you do have issues in the beginning. Well, in a business, you always have issues. It's about how you address them, I used to say. So on that note, we have implemented a lot of new support tools lately. I just want to, on a personal note, say that I'm getting a lot of personal messages, and some people are sending me WhatsApps and so on. Do not feel like I'm ignoring you if I can't respond, but I cannot deal with individual support requests because then I wouldn't be building the system and delivering you guys profit. It's just impossible. It's just too many messages. So please use the proper support channels. We are taking care of you all. And our team is picking up speed. We have a fantastic team on the Zendesk support. It's not a beautiful page, but it does work very well. We're also improving the sales material further day by day. We have 2 people now focusing only on supporting you with chats and also looking in WhatsApp, and also improving the communication in several languages. So we have 2, in addition to these 2, we have 2 people working on French and German as well. So we're taking a lot of measures to make sure that you guys get the help you need. It takes a bit of time to pick up speed, and bear with us for a few more days now this week, see what happens this week. Next week we'll be doing additional improvements and so on. And I think that you will notice very, very fast how we're improving. But as you can see, due to our regulatory structure, we cannot run as fast as we want to always, because we need to make sure that everything is legal and proper at the same time as we are in a hurry. But I'm absolutely confident that we're getting there, and like I've said, in the last 2 weeks we've had a lot of improvements and changes. So we are picking up speed, and we have an exciting project. The whole team is super excited. So this week, later in the week, tomorrow, this webinar, excuse me, this webinar I just held is going to be held in German and in French at 7 o'clock CET. Excuse me. At 8 o'clock, 1 hour later, I am doing the general liquid update webinar, tomorrow that is as well. And on Friday at 2 o'clock, don't miss out on the Empower Sales update. We're going to be doing ad hoc information as well in the meantime. But for now, this is what we're going to focus on this week. Ensure that the whole factory is working, and hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.